Hello, everyone, and welcome to the live pitching sessions of the last day of Code versus COVID-19. And I already have a few team members here in line to pitch their ideas, so we get a feel of what they've been working on in the past few days. Let's bring in Stefan Molter. Hi, Stefan.
Hello, Tanya.
Hi. So tell me, how was it for you these last few days and for your team?
It was pretty intense. We had a lot of different streams on the same time running, and sorry, I hear myself.
You have
It
to
was
close YouTube, the YouTube stream. Yes.
Oh, okay, sorry.
You have YouTube open at the same time. So for everyone else who is in line, just don't have the YouTube stream open. That would be great.
Okay. So yes, we had a lot of different streams running at the same time. We already started last week in the Via versus Virus hackathon in Germany. And we already did a lot of work there. We started with a running prototype, and we used this last week for a lot of research and communication with different governments and other information sources to just to improve, to match to their needs.
Okay, well then we would love to hear what you've been working on.
Okay.
Okay, great. Do you need your screen?
Yes, please. So I'm Stefan from the project Kappa Monitor, and within the last weeks we have seen healthcare systems around the world facing the same issues. No matter where, there was always a shortage of the same essential equipment, places, and personnel. We spoke to representatives of local government and also emergency service teams in Germany about the shortages and the issue that came up again and again almost on every call was the difficulty of finding companies willing and capable to help provide equipment and also to find volunteers who offer their help. Control centers all over the country have hundreds of people, each calling dozens of companies every day just to source a single category on their list. There's no simple way to find out who offers the equipment and to coordinate the volunteers that are needed. This is where Kappa Monitor comes in. Our goal is to make this easier and faster, also to make resources available that might otherwise stay unused. How do we want to do this? We have this little example that explains it. There's a businessman, let's call him Ben, and his company produces rubber gloves and could produce gloves for medical use too. He wants to help, but he doesn't know how. So he calls the local town hall, and they give him the link to our platform, Kappa Monitor. Now he has two options. He can directly search for help requests of the local control centers in our platform, and if the offer matches, he can offer his help immediately by calling them directly. Or he could offer his help on our platform. All he needs to do after a short registration process is to give some short information about the help he offers and add his contact information. So then the control centers can contact him. This takes less than 5 minutes for Ben, and it saves a lot of valuable time for the control centers. This step makes otherwise undeclared capacity of Ben's company visible and available for the control centers. What makes our solution valuable in our eyes? We are not a commercial platform. Negotiations about prices and conditions are bilateral between the two parties of a match. Our project is open source and it's designed for countrywide use, applicable also for other countries outside of Germany as well. We make it easier to offer help. We can relieve and support hospitals and control centers and help them to save lives. If someone from any responsible organization sees a demand for our solution, please don't hesitate to contact us. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Stefan. That sounds very interesting. How many people were working on this project?
We are a core team of 16 people, and we have a team around us who provides us with information of around 20 other people that are really working hard to make this work.
And now that you couldn't really physically meet, was that a challenge?
I think it wasn't. As we are spread over the whole country anyway, I think it would have been harder to build something similar if we were based on meeting in some fixed place, because we had to communicate with so many different places and organizations at the same time. This wouldn't have been possible in one fixed location anyway.
Okay, so most of your team was in Germany, as I understand.
Yes, most of the team, but we also had some people from other countries.
Okay, Stefan, thank you so much. And people saw the contact if they want to reach out to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so next in line is Pascalis Dimitru. I'm going to add you to the stream. Hi, Pascalis. You can unmute your mic. Oh, or is it me? Unmute. Can you unmute your mic? Pascalis? Okay. Okay, let me see. Now it's on.
Hello?
Yes, great. Okay. Hi. Do you want to tilt your camera?
Hi, Tanya.
Do you want to tilt your camera a bit so we see a bit more of it? Yes, perfect. So do you want to just quickly tell us, how the experience was the past few days? How did it go?
Right. My name is Pascalis Dimitriou, and I've been working with the 3D2Meds team. The last 3 days have been quite intense. It's not my first hackathon, but it's my first online hackathon, which makes a lot of difference. And that's what we had to coordinate across the team, because when you are in person in a hackathon on the same site, you have more motivation, you are with the other people. And if you are isolated, if you are all virtual, then it's kind of a hassle over there that we needed to overcome. And that was maybe the nice thing, that it was different. And we managed, and with regular stand-ups, with regular meetings, we managed to be engaged, all of us in the team.
No, that's really nice. I actually also, I just did the streamings online, but I also could feel a sense of community and that people are in touch with the chat, Slack, and all that. So that's good to hear. I want to just let the stage to you, and you can pitch your idea.
Excellent, thank you. So basically, let me describe the team. We are more than 10 engineers, front-end developers, back-end developers, DevOps, and marketing specialists working in developing a platform that very similar actually to what Stefan was describing before. It's a platform that we want to match supply with demand. In this case, it's the hospitals and the 3D printing machines owners. So reading through articles and because we have a lot of contacts, and getting into the contacts and saying and understanding that hospitals, as we read in the news as well, are in need of medical equipment, but it's shortage because of the current situation. And at the same time, you see people who are capable of producing something through the 3D printing machines that they have, really want to volunteer. But at the same time, it's hard, it's complex, because it's not organized, it's something new. We did the research through Telegram groups, through Facebook groups, and we saw things are not organized. They are using Google Forms, and that's where we decided to build this platform in order to make lives easier and embrace this collaboration. So it's mainly a platform, as I said, of 3D printing owners and hospitals. Maybe I could share. You can help me share my screen. And so
I don't see the screen. You have to add it to StreamYard.
do you have access now?
Now I have it. Yes, found it. Yeah.
Thank you. So that's the website. It's not completely functional right now, but it's describing with some test data the context and the idea. So you have the supply, which is actually all the 3D printing machines owners. We try to keep it simple for the distributors, for the people who will help with the distribution, and add according to the location that they have. So here it's the location of the 3D printing owner, how far away it's from the person who is accessing the website, and what's the available stock. For the time being and for simplicity, we are just targeting face shields, but this can involve different products as well. You have as well the demand, which is hospitals and pharmacies. We have been in touch with hospitals across Europe. Most of the team is located in Switzerland, Germany, Spain, and the UK. So this is not real data, but that's example data. So you have the supply, and at the same time, you have the demand, the hospitals here. And when it comes, apparently now, yeah, it's not working. Let me see it here. Yep. So me as a distributor, as a volunteer, or as somebody else who wants to match the supply with the demand, comes here, selects locations of suppliers which are close by, and then selects as well locations where he can drop, and then that's how easily we make the match.
Hey.
Just in closing, to keep to have a record of what we use state-of-the-art technology. Vue.js for the front end, and we use Java for the back end. Everything is hosted in Google Cloud, and we are actually looking for more team members. We are enough already, but because it's a non-profit move, and we want to keep it and continue after this weekend, it would be great to onboard more people to help into this move.
And what kind of people are you looking for?
We are mainly looking for front-end developers for Vue, using Vue JavaScript, and back-end developers using Java. That's the main target here.
Okay, good. How can they contact you? I mean, maybe someone else is watching that is not in the Slack team, that is not part of this hackathon and might want to help.
Right. He can access the website, but we just share the 3d2meds.com, and over there in the team, we have all of the team, and they can access us via LinkedIn and so on.
Okay, good. Thank you very much, Pascalis. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, let's go to our next team member. I'm going to add a team member from Pandemic Volunteers. Hi.
Hi, Han.
Who are you?
Tanya.
Hi.
Han Tuzun from Istanbul, Turkey. To begin with, I have a comment to Pascalis. Pascalis, I hope you are still here. We have a Turkish 3D printing initiative called Güç Boyutlu Destek. I don't know, how could I get this out to YouTube? It's I can share my screen, I think.
Yes, please. Okay, let me see. I don't see it yet.
All right, giving it the required permission.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
it didn't. Is it slide?
I don't see any screen.
So I'm on Firefox. I'm trying to share screen, but all right, I think it's gonna work now.
In the meantime, how many?
No, it says the browsers can't access your stream. I don't know why. So I just commented it on our private chat. Maybe you could open it and share the screen.
I can add it to the comments, I guess.
All right, that would work.
Yes, so Hackberg Official, the latest website that I just shared is your website. Okay. Good.
No, it's not.
What the store, what the idea is?
So this 3 boyutlu destek is not my idea. It's a Turkish-wide initiative of 3D printers, also printing face shield, and they already have like members from every Turkish city, and they have already printed thousands of face shields. We like making use of the hundreds of volunteers. So Pascalis could really get in touch with them, and they might need Pascalis platform, and Pascalis could validate the idea through an already existing great community. And about me, I'm Hantuzun from Istanbul, Turkey. So how would you like to continue? Should I first introduce myself and my experience with the hackathon, or just get straight in?
Yeah, maybe you can just tell us quickly how you guys are. So how many people were on your team? Were you alone or?
No, I'm not alone by any means. Thanks to the great communities around these hackathons. We are at least 4 people working on the website, and there are many people have been giving their opinions on design, on marketing. We have been like advised by doctors and scientists, and we also have 2 team members, a PhD student and a pre-med student working on a sub project of this project. So we are kind of like 7 people right now, but it hasn't been like this since the beginning. I started working on this project the last Sunday, and it has been a full hectic week for me. I worked on that in the last Sunday, but then I also have a startup I need to work in weekdays. And on the other hand, I'm quite excited about the project I will pitch soon, Pandemic Volunteers. And I've been working on my startup in daytime and this Pandemic Volunteers at nighttime for like endless hours. But on this weekend, I've been able to allocate more endless hours and grow a team with several hackathons, including this one as well.
Okay, so what exactly are you trying? What is your aim with your idea that we're working on here on the hackathon?
So yeah, I may start from one insight. I've been like looking for a way to contribute for a few weeks now. I've been like into like how to produce masks, how to produce ventilators, etc. But there are great teams working on these projects, as we see in our hackathon as well. But then I have also seen a great lack of human resources help with against the fight with COVID-19 pandemic. So the doctors and nurses at hospitals are working long hours, tirelessly day and night, just as I do for them right now. Their colleagues get sick, and some of them could not contribute, but even the sick doctors and nurses are like instructed to keep treating the patients. It's really a grim situation, and there are many shortages of resources for these medical heroes we have, like masks, ventilators, but they also desperately need some extra hands. Then I realized that people are unfortunately getting sick, but most of them, 98% of them, probably eventually recover. And some of these people would really like to volunteer to make a difference with the high help of the virus, since especially they will go through the whole experience of like how horrible it will be to like feel like a piece of bag maybe, and some of these people could also make use of their immunity to help with the nurses and the doctors at the hospitals. So getting people volunteered on hospitals is quite a difficult feat. I might share you another link right now. Maybe you could share this one through your screen. So there are some legal challenges because like the hospitals naturally wouldn't like to take responsibility of like volunteers getting hurt in their properties, but they're also desperate to save lives and to help their doctors and nurses because they don't even have this immunity yet. And there are a few examples of hospitals looking for layman volunteers, like the one I have shared through our private chat. It's University of Zurich.
I'm just.
Are you looking at it? It's on our StreamYard chat, right? There's a section called private chat.
I'm trying to do it. But Hansu, let me. I would say you have like maybe half a minute left.
Oh, right. So these hospitals are looking to get help from volunteers, and we are like trying to build a platform that is going to be a catchy brand and that will make use of our like social media channels and journalist connections to get this message across that people like could really volunteer with their time instead of sitting at home waiting to get sick and get desperate and follow the news, or surviving this COVID-19 disease and like not knowing what to do, being like out of job and like seeing the grim situation. So people could really help, but they need that clear message that here's how they could help. And we are trying to create a platform, a viral brand that will that's going to be aiming to reach out to millions of people and to get this message across that people could just sign up and take the first step, and then we will take care of the rest of like guiding them or channeling them into other volunteering organizations.
Okay, thank you so much. I actually did some interviews with a few doctors last week for a channel that I work for, CNN Money Switzerland, and there it is the lack of medical staff, skilled medical staff, that one of the doctors actually highlighted. So not so much the ventilators. At the end, you also need staff that can actually, operate these. So I guess that's a good initiative. And
may I add something? So like for sure there is a lack of medical trained staff. They are asking for even old retirees and students and anybody with some medical training. But some volunteers, if they're immune, could help with some basic tests like cleaning, disinfecting the medical protective equipment, etc.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I guess 3 minutes are over, but I can see you're very enthusiastic about that idea, and we have your website, so I'm sure that people will go and check it out. And
thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. Okay, thanks so much. So we go to our next team member. It's Nicolas Uver. I'm going to add you. Hi, Nicolas.
Hi. Can you also add Parabakan? He is in the working room and a member of my team.
Yeah. Hello. Hi.
Hi. So first of all, how was it for you? How many were you on the team?
How many people? We are 30 now. We are 30 from many countries. it was a tired weekend because we worked very hardly to deploy our website on multiple countries. So we are happy for the job that we've done during the weekend.
That sounds good. So I will let the floor to you to hear what exactly we're working on.
Okay, so our app is a COVID self-report system. So the idea is to allow people to report their health status by themselves from a browser, from a device. Every device connected to the network can do it. The idea is to provide this self-report status because there is a need. The need that we identify is that the official tests are expensive, so not worldwide available. We are currently testing a low percentage of the population, so we don't really know what is the current situation of the pandemic around the world. And we want to take to allow governments to take the appropriate action locally. So that's why we set up this website where people can report, and this is the localization is based on the postcode of people. Then we have a very fine granularity of the location of the epidemic. I will show you later how it looks, but it's very cool.
Yeah. Can you share your screen, Nicholas?
Yeah, I share my screen. Did you see my screen? Yeah, you see my screen. Okay. So this is the dev post page that we launch. I will show you how the form is how the website is working after. So just one word about the story of this project. So we started 8 days ago with 3 people from Switzerland. We published the website for Switzerland, and it became an open source app during the weekend. We have done a huge work to be able to deploy very easily this web app for every country. So we are currently looking for people that can handle teams for countries. We only need 3 or 4 people per team to run our app instance by country. So we have made the choice to deploy our app by country and let the team by country manage the deployment. So now we are 30 people, 3 countries are deployed. So we have Switzerland, Mexico, and India, and we have 12 language translation. We are currently getting Chinese also, and we are trying to do the press release for this afternoon. So it's a project that creates a huge momentum, and we are very happy with that. So I will show you how it works.
Okay, great.
This is the website. Sorry, so this is the website for Switzerland. So you start I will reload the page. Sorry, that's not the good one. Okay, so this is the staging, but what else? So you start by putting your status. So if you are healthy, we ask you, did you already recovered from COVID, or did you contract it, or if you don't know, and your postal code. If you are sick, it's different. You have to put some symptoms, and you have to say if you contract the COVID. If you no, probably, meaning you don't have an official test, and if it's official, we have a pop-up that asks you to confirm that it's an official test. And then you put your postal code and you send. That's it. It's completely anonymous form, and this is very important to keep that in mind because a lot of countries are very sensitive to this, and we provide then after that a visualization. I will show you for Switzerland the current visualization of the website. So you can see here, like close to my house, there is some case apparently, and we can also see if other people are. So this is the people who are healthy. This is the people who recovered, and this is a very fine tuning in terms of geolocalization. The idea at the end is to provide to the government the way to to act locally. So if, for example, in a certain town there is a certain percentage of people that recovered, then maybe they can back to work. So and yeah.
Can you click one of those pop menus so
Sure,
we can show the details? Yeah.
Yeah. So you see the postcode actually and the number of people that report healthy, COVID probable, COVID tested, and so on. So that's it about the seat. We have different languages that are available in the staging. We have already Latvian, even a language that I didn't know before the weekend, and that's crazy actually. So I will let the Parabakan to speak about the perspective that he sees for the project.
Thank you, Nicolas. So thank you for having us here. This is my first hackathon, and I was really motivated, and I didn't really imagine that we could work this hard. For example, last night we had a call with 4 people at midnight, 1:20. That was unimaginable that we were working so hard. So the point was, I got interested with this idea. I want to extend the support for India, because right now India is in lockdown and people are not aware of what's happening out because there are, the developing countries don't have much testing capacity right now, or it's difficult to have testing for everyone. So with this platform, we would like to give the power to the people so that they can put the data about about their health status, so that then as a mass, they could all get this good information so that they can make informed decisions. So as we all can imagine, this will not be the last virus that is threatening humanity. So with our platform, we would like to have this in the future vision to have to tackle further diseases, but before even this kind of emergency happens, so that we know that people are already getting sick in some parts of the world, so government can take quicker actions. This is one of the future goals, and I would like to thank also our sponsors for the hackathon, and also Google Cloud for giving us some credits. So it's really helpful, because in the beginning it was developed for Switzerland. So when I first talked to Nicolas, he said, you should be careful because it's not developed for India traffic. And then they immediately scaled it up, and we moved it to Google Cloud with a serverless architecture. And right now everything is quite scalable, but we are just looking for if the traffic goes really high, maybe we need some funding. And overall, I'm very happy joining this team, and I learned a lot.
Yeah, you learn a lot.
Yes, and we think this can be even extended to have a good supply chain. For example, right now, India did not plan 100% good to have a full shutdown or lockdown. Therefore, some people are not able to get food or the basic necessity supplies, because some people just live with day-to-day thing that they do. They may earn money per day, and then they use the money the next day. When everything is closed, then we have this kind of problems. So I think with this approach, people and the government can do much more informed decisions. Yeah, thank you for having us. That's it. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you so much. Maybe if you can stay on, because we have one question from the audience. Nicolas and sorry,
Prabhakaran, but shortly Prabha would be good. Yeah.
How do you make sure the data is accurate, and how to prevent misuse? Like if someone develops some script and makes thousands of fake reports. Maybe you can quickly say something.
Yeah, of course, a good question. So the accuracy, well, it's based on the code review, and the calculation that we are doing on the backend are always possible to restart, and if there is some mistake, we can always correct it. In terms of security, we have set up a different approach for security and also user identification. So as it is anonymous, we keep a track of the user by browser. So the important thing is that people are reporting always with the same device. Then we can identify them by this way. And for to prevent attacks, we have a different mechanism in place, such as CAPTCHA and so others security in place. I can talk in details but not maybe in YouTube.
Yeah, maybe you can get in touch with the person. It's in the YouTube chat.
Sorry?
Otherwise, maybe that person can get in touch with you guys. Or
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Yeah.
What I want to say, just to finish the pitch, we have designed this app to be very scalable and duplicable along everywhere in the world. So we are looking for developers to join the team. So you can just go to our website, follow the link to GitHub, then you will have a welcome pipeline to follow the procedure. You can go and you will be added to the correct Slack and GitHub team, and then you can start to work.
Okay, great. Are you planning to extend to France?
So France, it's not a plan now. I guess in the pipeline we have Poland, Italy, Pakistan, and Israel, but I'm not sure anymore what is the status now.
We need volunteers.
We need a lot of volunteers, and we have a lot of stuff to produce a nice documentation to help the team to set up the app very quickly.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
And we are looking for financial support.
Yeah, to run our hosting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Thanks so much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so next in the pipeline, we have Alex. Hello, Alex.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi, Tanya.
Anyone else joining?
No, it's only me.
Okay, great. So maybe you can shoot and tell us about your idea first.
Sure. So first of all, thank you for having me here, and super excited to show you Workly. And also thanks to the whole organization team of the Code versus COVID hackathon. It was a really great experience, and yeah, we're really glad to be part of it. So let me quickly share my screen.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I see
Can
here.
Cool, perfect. So you might be confused to see yourself again in the screen now. Oh, okay. Now it creates always sub. Okay, I'll share it later again. So what we are building is Workly, and so we are all human beings, and human beings are social creatures. And social creators need social interactions and also relationships. And there's also this study by Harvard, the Harvard Happiness Study, that proves that relationships have a really powerful influence on our health. And due to the coronavirus right now, it is really difficult for us to go out, meet other people, and to build meaningful relationships. So all the social events, all the also public events, conferences, meetups, all of those events have been canceled and can't take place physically at the moment. So what are they doing to solve it? Most of the public events like conferences and also this hackathon, they do live streaming, which is quite cool and quite useful. So I'll try to share my screen again, and that's basically what we have built with Workly. So we have integrated live streaming where you can see. So for now, we just implement the YouTube stream that you can see here, and then you can see the different participants. So that is nothing new. But what is new is if you join the networking room. So let me quickly do that. If you join the networking room here now, you can see that there are some people online, some people available, and then maybe there are also some ongoing conversations. And now I can see here Joao. Joao is currently available to speak. I can also check his LinkedIn profile or his Twitter profile, and then I can directly also start with him a conversation. And let's see if Joao is there. And yeah, there he is. So this way you can directly have interactions with other people and build meaningful relationships. You can connect with the people directly via Twitter. So now you can also see just Pascal joined. So maybe he's not joining also our conversation here. But this tool really enables people to meet each other, to connect with each other. And this is really the missing piece that we have today in the conference and event space. Furthermore, the the concept can be, it's really nice for hackathons, for meetups, events. But if you think further, so now you can also see Pascal joined as well. So thanks guys for joining us here in this networking room. And so other use cases for this would be, and let me quickly stop sharing the screen.
Take it out. Yeah, great.
Other use cases, especially now if you think about COVID-19, this could be used from doctors from all over the world who have like an update on the situation in like in general, and then they have breakout rooms where each doctor has a separate room, and then also other people can join to ask questions. Or also for the educational space, all universities, high schools, they've all been, they all stopped teaching, so they could also use this tool to actually connect with each other in a completely new way. And we've also done some research, and there are really cool conferencing tools, but actually no one offers such a networking opportunity than what we have built. Also, for example, for the hackathon, to build the teams at the beginning would have been amazing to have maybe everyone who has an idea to have his own room, and then people can join, ask questions, and to meet each other to form teams for hackathons. So yeah, a lot of use cases where this can be used for.
Great, thank you so much, Alex. How many people are you guys? Because I saw virtually on Twitter you were tweeting as well.
Yeah, exactly. So we are currently mainly 5 people, but from all over the world, like one guy from the US, someone from India, Switzerland, Germany. So really a diverse team. And so we started also virtually a bit before the hackathon already, but we really use this since it's such a hot topic at the moment, all the video conferencing, and this is really needed. We've talked to many like event organizers, many conference organizers, and they are all looking for such a solution. So that's why we decided to join the hackathon and to really accelerate the development of the tool. And we're also happy for everyone to join us. Currently, it's on GitHub. It's open source for now. So we are really looking forward if some people want to help us to build some additional features that we already have in our backlog and product pipeline.
Okay, there's just one question from the community. What is the unique advantage compared to various social media and chat apps?
So the difference is that there are 2 different clusters. One is the video conferencing tools that are already there, right? So like Zoom, but there for like events, you don't have the separation between the streaming of a keynote speech and then switching to this networking where you can actually meet the people who are also attending, or like in YouTube now. You can connect now via chat, but there you like on YouTube, you can chat with each other, but you can't connect via or can't share any links or anything about you. And in our tool, you have the opportunity to directly do video conferencing with other people. And this is really, our goal was to mimic the experience from the real world conferences and events. So what is happening there? You have a speech, and then afterwards there will be some networking, there will be some food, some drinks maybe, and you approach people that are just standing by themselves. And so we have limited now the amount of people in one conversation to 4, but this can obviously be changed as well. But to have it quite intimate and that everyone is able to speak up and to exchange him or herself with others.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you very much for sharing your idea.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Bye, Alex.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So next in line is Tiago. Hi, Tiago. You can unmute your mic. Yes.
Hello.
Hi. So you're part of your team?
Yes, so I'm the team lead at analysis mode, and I'm outdoors today to bring you some sunlight. I hope that helps.
Great, thank you. Yeah, it's wonderful. Where are you?
I'm in Luxembourg right now.
Okay, you have nice weather.
Yeah, so part of our team is in Luxembourg, but the majority is in Switzerland.
Okay, cool. Okay, then I leave the stage to you, and you can pitch your idea.
Okay, thank you. All right. So as everyone knows, we are in this global pandemic, right? And the best way to stop a pandemic like this is actually to create a vaccine. And we know that this process can take more than 1 year to just find the vaccine formula. We know that there are plenty of pharmaceuticals and laboratories trying to do so, and they need ways of speeding up this research. So our team, we were composed by vaccine researchers and people with background in bioinformatics, data science, and gamification. So we come up with a way by reading plenty, actually hundreds of scientific papers. We found one that it says that we can actually use a computer program to predict a vaccine formula. Then we tried to replicate the AI in this paper, and we managed to replicate it, but we found out that this didn't work for the COVID-19. And then we were studying ways to figure out how to make it work. So we came up with our own version of the AI, and we need to train this AI to adapt to similar coronaviruses. So the way we have done this, we've compiled a list of the 300 vaccine formulas already found for SARS 2003. That's the same family of coronavirus. Puzzle game. So this puzzle game is online on our website right now, and anyone can play this puzzle game even without any scientific knowledge, finding patterns, so we can actually harness this superpower of the human capability of finding patterns. And every time someone plays the puzzle game, he actually trains this AI to find the vaccine. So every gameplay, we are actually closer. Let me share the screen so you can have a peek on how it looks like.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I got it here.
Okay, so this is our landing page. Can you see it?
Yes, we can see it.
Is it being shared already?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
Help finding
perfect.
the vaccine formula for coronavirus.
Exactly. So we have an explanation here. So I invite everyone to access the website and give it a read. But what we're looking for is a small sequence of 16 amino acids. And if you're interested to know how does that work, we are creating a vaccine on the protein-based method. So the game, it looks like this. So it's basically a puzzle game where the user has to find the patterns in a column. Right? Each column represents different chemical properties of the amino acid. So we base these on scientific papers. So we have the proof that this methodology works. So what we're trying to figure out here is if there is a chemical pattern that we found on the 300 vaccines for SARS that can be used for COVID-19. And every time the player chooses a pattern and submit for us, we receive this data to train the AI, and we get a step closer to find the vaccine. So we have released this, and we had actually plenty of countries playing. It seems like the countries are competing. Surprisingly, we got viral in Egypt for some reason. Last time I checked, there was 80 Facebook shares. So I also invite you to do the same. And during this weekend, we had 2,000 new gameplays. I don't know where they came from, but I'm happy that the whole world is together on this one.
Great. Nice. Thank you. That's almost, yeah, it's like a game.
Yeah, it look very simple. So anyone can do it. I shared with my family, with my parents. They have no knowledge whatsoever, but they managed to play it. They achieved actually quite high level. So I challenge you to do the same.
So you mentioned that you've been looking at scientific papers. Have you also worked with, natural scientists?
Yes, I for myself, I have background in vaccine research, and I developed the vaccines previously using the same technique, but back then it was for parasites. And now I'm adapting the same tools I used in the past and also contacting my mentors back then. I'm working closely with universities in Brazil and also contacting the Denmark Technical University and Oxford University to help us on this one.
Great. Thank you so much, Thiago, for sharing that. And yeah.
Can I just mention what we're looking for right now?
Yes, yes.
So if you have any knowledge in legal, more specifically patents, and also marketing, we need you. We need to grow so the whole world will know about this and can help as well. Thank you.
Can they access you through analysismode.com?
Yes, you can also email me. It's thiago@analysismode.com, or you can just find out us on our Facebook and just send a message.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Thiago. Bye. Okay, last but not least, we have Jonathan on the line. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. So tell us about your team. How big were you?
So we had a great team of 6 developers and 2 mentors. And we started this project at the start of the hackathon. So we are now developing about 2 days.
Okay, so I let the stage to you to tell us about what you were working on in these 2 days.
Okay, so yeah, at the moment the emotions are all over and they are more hidden than they ever were because everybody is at home. So what we want to do, or what we want, is that there's still a good psychological state of the population, because the psychological state is very important to prevent irrational fears and irrational panic. For example, the toilet paper thing, which is like completely irrational, and we want to prevent those fears and those panics, and because they're also having an effect on the immune system. And that's why we created the web app Moodly. So this app uses social media data to show the sentiment of people on the map. So you can look at the map, and then you can see regions and have a look at the sentiment of those specific regions. And this can help authorities to get an idea of the sentiment of the people and prevent panic very easily by like using their social media, by using their laws, and using publishing things, so to prevent those panic, which is most of the time really irrational. And this still has a lot of potential because the database we're using can be gigantic. The social media data is so huge, which has a lot of data which is still unused. So for now, we just have the sentiment analysis. And in the next step, we can also use like a frequent word analysis to figure out in which regions which topics are really present and really needed. And you can just visit our website. It's on moodly.live, and then check it out and have a look at it.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, looking at all these memes of people buying toilet paper, and I feel like even myself, oh, maybe I should get some too if everyone is getting.
Yeah. So that's like it's easy to prevent this with like the companies showing how much toilet paper they have, or it's like in the next day it's everybody getting noodles, but they can show like we have enough noodles, you don't have to fear, you don't have to panic, and you can see that easily on the map where such things happen and then prevent it directly.
Okay, great. Are you still looking for any help?
Currently we are of course we can always need someone to help us. You can check us out on DevPost and contact us there. And else we will need, for creating a bigger database and processing the data, we will need more resources on the cloud, because currently that's our limited factor.
So we had another team that apparently contacted Google on that. It was earlier in the pitch.
Okay, I can check that out.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Jonathan.
Thank you. Thank you too.
Good luck, and yeah, all the best.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Joining. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much, everyone. I would say that's a round of applause to everyone that pitched. I think these were great ideas. We went a bit over time, but it was just so interesting to listen to. So I hope you also enjoyed it. And I wish you good luck with everything, and see you next time. Goodbye.